Vilserac, show yourself. Yes, my pharaoh. How may I assist you? Ah, Vilserac. Good that you have joined us again. Of course, my pharaoh. I live to serve you. Good. As you know, I'm the pharaoh of the capital Mushis, and I have guarded us for generations. Of course, my liege. How could I forget? You made me into a warrior to serve you. Good. Make sure you not forget. Either way, I fear that there is something coming. My seer, the one fused with a bio-monster. He has seen something. Something truly awful. Something that we must fear. What is it, my pharaoh? It is our Nemesis. What's up YouTube, Browbrawl here with a brand new video review, and we are continuing our look at the offerings from the Godbeast with the Nemesis. Now, I'm going to be straight up with you. I actually like the Kabutomushi more than the Nemesis, but with that said, I still love the Nemesis. It's a great figure, great sculpt, it's a great add-on piece or standalone figure. Now, even though this is a general overview of the Nemesis, I specifically am looking over the Pharoid Nemesis, one of the first ever releases of the mold, which allows me to show off a little. You see, most Glyos figures actually just come in a bag. This one came in a bag with this stapled onto it. Has some very nice artwork on the front and the back, promotes the website, and I just generally love this. It looks so cool. And I do own some other ones, but I didn't feel like I needed to show them off in the previous video. Which this is an extension of my Kabutomushi retrospective review. So I recommend watching that video before this one, but I'll generally keep everything as self-contained in this video as possible. Now, something that was also exclusive with the first release of this figure was this really nice trading card. And oh man, this thing looks so good. I love the artwork. The fact that he's surrounded by the dead bodies of Mushis is so cool. More just information on the back. But man, this is cool. And I'm lucky enough to actually own two of these because when I bought the comic book that the Godbeast's son actually illustrated, it came with some extra art, including an extra card. And I have a nice little protective case to keep it safe. Now, something that's also very unique and interesting to the Nemesis is that Nemesis all come with this extra head. Now, it's very Mantis-like, kind of your bug, and I really like this. It's a really nice extra head, helps make up the part counts and allows for more options. It's very cool. You can do some really cool builds, and I think it's a really cool little extra add-on piece. Now, I have seen different versions of this head released with slightly different details when I buy a few, just like 1 or 2 or 3 Mushis by themselves, but it looks like these are going to be specifically only for the Nemesises going forward. Nemesis, Nemesi. Either way, let's get into the pieces that make up the Nemesis. As mentioned, you get an extra head, but you also get 2 feet, 2 legs, a waist, a stinger tail, a very nice detailed chest. Seriously, this thing just looks so cool. 2 very spiky shoulder pieces, 2 claw arms of death, a back spike stinger thing, 1 very cool looking head, and lastly, 2 horns. And there's your completed Nema! Hold up. And 1 jump cut later, here is the Nemesis. And man, this thing just looks cool. Now, the articulation on this guy is nothing to write home about. It uses the Glyos system, a universal peg and socket system, so you're just going to get swivels. Though, there are ways around it. Using the Glyos axis joint system, you can easily upgrade the articulation of any Glyos figure. Though you'll get enough expressions and movement to get really the pose you need and the idea and motions you want to convey. Though I do recommend being careful when posing legs. This tripod leg design looks cool, but it may be a little fragile in cold environments, so do keep that in mind. Now, this guy is actually very tall. In fact, if we compare it to one of my favorite Kabutomushis, he's quite a bit taller, about a head taller. And of course, we're not going to include the horns though. And I think that's pretty cool how he's tall. It kind of fits this whole, the big, tall, bad guy look, and I really like that. Now, these guys look amazing together. In fact, they'll look even more amazing if you had a Nemesis that's the same color. Seriously, I love that he does this. He releases the figures in the same color, and it just looks so cool. I think this is just awesome. They really create this either team or just enemy look, and I think it's just amazing. It just looks really cool. And it makes it easier to swap the parts around because they're the same color, so it's going to work. And many other figures get released in this color. These guys look great together. And this is a simple little variation I did of the build. Nothing too special. But when you get two figures of the same color scheme, well, you know what you're going to do. You're going to combine them. And this is a build I like to call the Nemesis Mushi, which uses almost all the pieces and the extra head of a Mark II Spectre Mushi and a Spectre Nemesis. And this thing is pretty tall. I mean, it towers over these guys because it's two figures combined. I know, right? Shocking. Either way, this is still really, really cool. This is just a build I came up with. You guys could come up with literally anything else. That's the power of Glyos. If you can think it and do it, you can do it. And I love that. There are some really cool builds I've seen that use just one Mushi and one Nemesis. And that's really one of the highlights I like about the Nemesis, is that it's a really great, not just standalone piece, but a great add-on piece to a phenomenal figure like the Kabuto Mushi. Now, I will admit, one of my main complaints when I first got the Nemesis was, well, its actual lack of self-contained builds. Something that I thought the Mushi excelled in above anything else. But upon some creativity and some research, I recommend going to the Godbeast's very own Instagram account to see. You can come up with some very cool and very creative builds. Here's one that I think just looks amazing. Very monsters, very Cthulhu-like with its lack of a head. Very cool. The chest, the detail, kind of makes it look like his eyes. I think that's so cool. And I just love this little design. It's so cool. In fact, you can do more variations of this, like this dude, which is like a very crab monster with a giant kind of mouth, like the eyes are in here, especially with like these teeth here. I mean, it just looks cool. Still has all the articulation too. And again, you could even upgrade this with axis joints to give it more articulation and more of a cool design. One thing I would love to do is actually pick up a Nemesis and a Biomaster, both in the same color scheme, and do a mock build between those two like I did with my Kabuto Mushi. Man, that would be awesome, but I'll have to wait. And the last build I have to show off is this weird dude. So this guy uses a very strange build, and he actually substitutes the stinger for the alternate head. You get a very bug-like mantis. I really like how this thing turned out. Very cool. And that's what I like about the Glyos system. All these molds and figures would all be completely different figures, completely different molds, but in Glyos of the exact same mold, just rearranged and painted differently, and I just think that's so cool and just amazing that you have so much variety in it. And my one complaint about the Nemesis, its lack of variety, is completely overwritten with just a little bit of research and creativity. Seriously, this thing is amazing. So much freaking possibilities. I've even seen this guy, specifically this figure, built in a spaceship configuration. Yeah, you heard me right. A freaking spaceship. That's awesome! So overall, I can heavily, and I do mean heavily, recommend the Nemesis. It is a phenomenal, and I do mean a phenomenal figure that stands on his own and works as a great add-on piece to my personal favorite Glyos figure, the Kabuto Mushi. Seriously, this thing is just absolutely amazing, and I cannot recommend it enough. If you have a passing interest in Glyos, I will say, pick up a Mushi and a Nemesis in the same color wave or a different color wave, and you will be hooked. They are great figures. I can't recommend them enough, and they really have a lot of potential, and I just gotta say, I can't recommend them enough. They're just so much fun. I really enjoy playing with them, and I can't wait for the next Glyos drop night. I'm gonna have so much fun. And overall, that's my review of the Nemesis from the Godbeast. Please let me know what you think of the figures down below. Did you like them? Did you hate it? Do you own them? Do you not want them? You normal stuff. like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and I do video reviews weekly. Though, keep in mind, this is not a Glyos channel. I just want to spotlight my favorite Glyos toy creator, the Godbeast. So, with that said, hope you guys have a wonderful day. You take care now. Goodbye, YouTube. Alrighty, so I actually made a new Instagram account, link in the description, wink wink nudge nudge. And in doing so, of course, I followed the Godbeast, and I also uploaded some of my artwork and custom projects. Now, I was actually really excited this morning because when I woke up, I got a like on my custom Marvel Legends Giant Man that I painted up by the Godbeast himself. He actually liked it, and that I think is so cool. The fact that one of my favorite toy designers liked a custom I did, that was awesome. I mean, that really put me in a good mood today. I'm super excited. Not gonna lie, I was a little sick and under the weather this week, especially when filming this review. So that really kind of cheered me up, because that's really awesome that one of my favorite toy designers actually liked one of the things I did. And I think that's amazing. I think that's so cool. So yeah, I just thought I'd share that. That really just kind of made my day, and just thought it'd be cool to share. So yeah, on to the end credits. I got a like from the Godbeast. Woo!